Men of Reddit. What's the strangest boner you've ever had? When my wife and I got married, we got a bunch of money as wedding presents. We lived abroad and the wedding was in her home country, so people mostly gave cash rather than giving us gifts that we couldn't take with us. We got home after the wedding and counted all the cash, and I got a raging boner by the time we were done. Worth noting that the amount was more than we had in our name at that point. Airplane boners. Almost every time during takeoff, I have liftoff. Not sure if it's the sudden change in altitude or cabin pressure or what, but I pretty much expect it every time now. Anyone else get the crying wife/GF boner, or am I the only terrible person here? I used to get an erection just before I got off the bus to school every day for almost a year when I was about 14. It would have been super embarrassing, but fortunately my erection isn't especially difficult to hide. Every single day in grade 9 gym like clockwork. Didn't help I was in basketball shorts. Math class boners in high school. Every now and then, when I'm taking a shit, if the turd is big enough and solid enough I think it stimulates my prostate, because I'll get hard while it's coming out. One time I hit my head hard, and I got the hardest bone ever. I regularly go hiking with my wife. Every time we are at or near the top or a mountain or cliff, and I look over the edge I get hard. My girlfriend when she's just finished crying. I don't know why, but I think it's the way her eyes look when they're wet. Had to explain multiple times it's not over her crying. I was at a Christian music festival. A friend of mine at the time was sad because his girlfriend broke up with him. And the band that finished on the stage was the couple's favorite and played their favorite song. He started crying and hugged me. I was his shoulder to cry on. But then I felt myself chubbing up. Some guy's crying his eyes out on my shoulder and I'm getting a boner. That was fucking weird. Strangest was probably when I had an intense workout session and got ready to go to bed after a shower. I was so exhausted and seriously didn't feel like jerking one off. So there I was, just lying there with a raging boner trying to sleep. It's not the worst or more embarrassing experience, but it was certainly strange that my dick was just like now is my time to shine. Will answer for my spouse. Even though he might give a different answer. He went through a phase where he was really captivated by owls. We went to a bird park, unaware they had an entire indoor enclosure filled with different types of owls. It was dark and eerie inside, your eyes had to adjust, and the owls in different rooms sort of crept up on you. There were so many owls. Way more owls than he had dreamed of seeing that day. It probably took us half an hour to walk through. Needless to say, he was very moved. In 7th standard we were reading reproduction in plants. And I got a boner. The teacher teaching was pretty hot. So that could be a reason. I used to have a pretty hot haircutter and her trim clippers vibrating around my ears could do it. Luckily it was gone by time she pulled the drape off. I think I was grade 1 or 2. Every time Oh Canada would happen in the morning my dick wanted to stand at attention. Anytime a woman tells me she loves me or goes into some emotionally related tangent about her feelings for me, I get a massive hard on. Me, a straight male, was turned on by my male friend yelling and swearing at me while hitting me with a ball. I still think about it sometimes. This girl told me the specific reasons she loved me which immediately gave me a boner. Every time I wear tight pants I get a boner. Could not explain the reason why. Maybe my own ass gets me excited.